The exodus from the accursed base was a trying time for the men and their families. While there was no radioactive fallout to be contend with, they were frequently beset by fallout of humanity. Raving bands of psychotic marauders attempted several attacks on that noble group. The company itself was in no danger, for they wore the armor of power. Members of their families were not so lucky. Once the vermin found out they were easily repelled, they began to fire on the unarmed civilians from a distance. They took a great many casualties, yet for every member of the Exodus that was struck down in this way, our noble brethren took 2 lives from the wasteland. Finally, the forefathers came to the safety of the bunker. Captain Maxon, the great deliverer, decreed this to be our new home, and all was well. In the fullness of time, the bunker became our home, our temple, and our salvation from the terrors of the outside world. We began to build and shape our fortress into something glorious, the beauty of which the technologically bereft world had never seen before. Yet there were some who sought still more. These restless souls demanded we look to the southeast for the advanced technology that was supposed to house there. Captain Maxon warned these impetuous youths that the research facility was doubtlessly destroyed when we were spared, but they would not hear his words. They took their sanctified armor and headed off to find their holy grail, but not before they spoke the Deliverer's name in vain, questioning his very bravery. These men were never heard from again, so now we know what happened to them. Could you tell me about the Brotherhood's history? I gave you the disk and some early writings on it. Just loading. Thank you. What do you do here? I'm Breeze Assistant. What is it you do as Breeze Assistant? My area specialty is the Brotherhood's history. It seems that some people around here have forgotten the importance of our history. Okay, what could be more important than history? Breeze seems to think that the research of new weaponry and the information gathered from mutant autopsies is more important than our history. She has forgotten that our history is a vital part of our lives. It has gotten so bad that many of the new initiatives don't even know who Roger Maxon is or what exactly he did for us. Yeah, I can't really even have the option of agreeing with him, and that sucks. Even if it's just to humor him. I agree that history is important, but new technology and better weapons is what I'm looking for. So who is this Bree fellow? Yeah, I suspect most of the clockers would be empty, so I don't bother with them. Scribe, oh, there's Bree.
Greetings. It's a fine day for learning. Can I help you?
What does... I know you're the master scribe, but what does that mean?
I record the knowledge of our ancestors for future generations.
Interesting, that means you know. Yeah, that's a retarded thing to say.
Yes, I guess you could say I know stuff.
Yeah, she's correct in being a bit unimpressed by our words.
What can I help you with?
I know how to read. How can I? Yeah, I know that too. I know what that too. I'd like to know more about weapons we make here.
Speak to the knights. Ask them to show you one of the latest laser pistols I designed. Go ahead.
Maybe I'll ask them this just to see what she knows. She was talking about mutant autopsies and things like that.
Between the nuclear and biogenic weapons used in the war, it's surprising we don't have more mutations. However, if we can hold out, everything will be okay.
Yeah, because they're sterile.
All the mutants I've studied have been sterile. They can't breed with another creature. If we could clean up the mutation sources, we should be able to simply outlive the mutants.
Yeah. Any proof?
Here, take this holodisk. It's got copies of my autopsies on mutant corpses. It clearly shows that no mutant could possibly reproduce successfully.
Thanks. We already knew that, but it's nice to have confirmation. It was all theory. But now we have something more concrete to back it up. Now this is a long one, and it seems quite technical, so I'm not going to read that. That seems technical. I'll read these hypothesis portions, not the actual technical parts. Initial observation. This is truly amazing. Some of the Knights on a patrolling expedition came across an unusual creature. This creature appeared to be humanoid and quite possibly was once of a human state. However, there are many differences in the structure of this creature than that of normal humans. In the initial investigation of this creature, it is discovered to have a cellular structure akin to that of humans before any possible decomposition can take place. I'm taking down the statistics of this subject, and there's the statistics. Yeah, 3.2 meters height, 363 kilograms, can't determine the gender. Predominantly grey with tints of green under the current lighting system. Uncertain if this is due to decay or exposure in the wastelands. Note, the skin is extremely tough with respect to scalpels. And here, mass breakdown, cellular structure, not interested in those. Initial hypothesis. Based on the increased size of the neural transmitters and synaptic receivers, I would hypothesize the subject had acute reflex and heightened senses. Based on the reports of the Knights gave of the area in which the subject was discovered, barren, high radiation, extremely high concentrations of chemical agents, it is a wonder the subject survived as long as it did. Performing tests to determine possible cause of death. This is just actual test results. Again, hypothesis about the test results. Based on my observations, I would hypothesize that the test subject has been killed in a severe fight of at least 2 people and 3 animals the size of dogs. What is truly astonishing is the extent of viral infection in the subject. I had read once that some pre-war scientists were conducting experiments with such a virus, but all the research notes were destroyed. Research into this virus has led to many interesting discoveries. The test subject has gained many of its mutations from the overdose of the virus. This would account for the enhanced muscle and bone structure. Additionally, the recessive genes which are commonly found in humans have been manipulated in such a way as to bring about the best possible combination. While the process by which this happens is uncertain, it does have some severe side effects. Chief among them is sterility. Test subject would have been unable to reproduce with any creature, whether clean or mutated. Other side effects include an alteration of pigment of the epidermis. The life expectancy is increased by 10%. Intellect is decreased by this strain by 30%. So, as we found out earlier, there are different strains of the FEV virus. And it seems to be how clean the subject is when infected also affects what will happen. So they need the correct strain of virus and a clean subject to get the positive mental effects, I think, in addition to the physical increases. Okay, conclusions. Based on this information, I would extrapolate that we could simply outlive these mutants. However, based on the fact that these mutants have a super high concentration of the virus, it stands to reason that there could be some place which is creating them. As to where they could be, I cannot hazard a guess. Well, we have a pretty good guess where they are. But we still need the power armor. And I have no idea. Maybe we needed to talk to someone in the upper stairs. Yeah, this looks promising, at least to get rid of our own unnecessary weapons and items. Ah, so you're the new initiate. Welcome aboard. What can I do for you? We told me I could see a new weapon. Yes, the latest in handheld laser technology. What kind of damage will this do to a person? In the hands of a skilled warrior, it could cut a person in half. The beam will shear flesh faster than you can run your fingers through sand. Can I keep this one? That one won't do you much good. It's still lacking the lenses and amplifier. He takes the pistol back from you and puts it on the work table. If you really want one, go talk to Talos or Michael. Thanks, we're gonna find them. They are both on the first floor of the base. Talos is usually in the training room and Michael does his duty just outside the storage room. Thanks. Where can I get some new weapons? Yeah, Michael, we have to go to the first level. I think we'll want to go there now. So,
all right. Explain yourself, Initiate.
yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was your
You
room.
lie, Initiate!
What the... Load game.